Right, if you just joined us, this is still Enterprise Morning on Enterprise TV, and now to our main conversation for today. It's been a weekend of blood and fire in Okuama, Delta State, but the last seems far from being heard. Reprisal attacks by Nigerian soldiers have left several houses razed and livelihoods destroyed. But that's not where the story begins. Late last week, a military personnel, including a commanding officer, 2 major, 1 captain, and 12 soldiers were gruesomely murdered while on a rescue mission in the community. Everything began from there. Now, the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has not only condemned the killing of the personnel, but has also given marching orders for the punishment of the perpetrators, of whom he described as cowardly. Tinubu said the defense headquarters and chief of defense staff have been, quote, granted full authority to bring to justice anybody found to have been responsible for this unconscionable crime against the Nigerian people, end quote. But whether the images of razed houses and displaced villages is the actual interpretation of the president's order is the question for which we now seek answers to. With me today in the studio to talk about this and more is first we have Dr. Vance Ufeli. He is a barrister at law and also a public affairs analyst. Good morning to you, Doctor.
Good morning, my
and
pleasure.
Welcome to Enterprise Morning today.
Thank you.
And also I have with me Barrister Tunji Abdul Hamid, also a barrister at law and public affairs commentator. Good morning to you.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
All right.
My pleasure to be with you.
Thank you so very much both for being part of our show today. So let's get into the meaty part of our discussion for today. In a very long while, we've never seen, or we've not seen, any head of state in Nigeria ever used a green sheet to give an order. This is the first time in a very long time we've seen any president in Nigeria do that, and that shows how sensitive this particular direction is. Now the question is, let me start with you, Dr. Evans Ufeli. Of course, this is your area, and we'd love to ask you, how do you think this would go? Does this look like another impulsive decision on the part of the president?
Well, if we say this is like the first time this has happened, we're missing the point because under Obasanjo, there's what they call the Odi massacre that was rechristened, the Odi massacre, and some other very grievous commands on operations of the military. We have the Zakibian and the rest of them. We've had that the military's way to interpret attack is usually reprisal, which is likened to a war situation. Now, whilst I do not support or agree that the military should undertake this kind of operation, given that innocent persons will be the ones, women and children specifically, and largely people who are not actually involved in the crime, the crime of murder against the nation, will be the ones that will largely. Why I do not think is the best approach. I also would say that society must come to the place of discipline. A lot of people are not disciplined across the country. We have, for some of us that were born in the barracks, raised by soldiers. Sometimes when I look at people's behavior, even in the workplace, there's something that rings in my brain. Are these people human beings? You have to be upright. You don't go carry arms against a soldier. You don't do that. It is not allowed by any law whatsoever. Because when they come back, when they come for their reprisal, it does not matter who is left or who committed the offense or not. So, you see, the president is the commander and chief of the armed forces. The order he made, that if truly the order is what translated to the destruction that we saw yesterday, or all that is reactionary.
Okay.
Very impulsive too. Okay, liking to what the president will always do, not thinking through the process before taking decisions. But conversely, On no account, because we have, you see, that is why we must bring back history to our curriculum and retain it. Perhaps the perpetrators of this were not aware of the OD massacre, the Zakibian, and all that. They were not aware. Even though one of the musicians, Timaya, after they raised down his community, he put it in song. And these young people who danced to those songs, perhaps they thought it was fiction. It happened, okay? So let's bring back history. Let people be cautious of their actions. The Nigerian army represents the strength and authority of the country. If they have gone there for peace mission, whatever it is they have done that is contrary to law, you could have found a way of reporting them or find a way of whatever it is they have done there that we don't have the details. But that to start killing soldiers, I will never support that one.
Okay.
I will never support it. I will not also support that you have a reprisal attack against civilians, because it's against the Geneva Convention, the 4 protocols on international humanitarian law, that even in times of war, military targets should be against military targets and not civilians.
All right. So let's come to you, Barrister Tunji. And I think it's very important as we, talk about this issue. Maybe saying there shouldn't be a reprisal attack on the military and so on and so forth. But I think it's very important we'll go into the remote cause of this. This is a communal crisis between two communities. And the question lots of Nigerians have asked is, why should the military be there in the first place? It's a communal issue. There are other agencies that would have been sent there. The NCDC are there, the police is there, the SSS and so on. So many other agencies would have been there. Now the question is, why do you think it's necessary to have an already overstretched military in issues of communal crisis between two communities?
Yeah, before I answer your question, let me first of all express my condolences to the people who lost their lives, particularly the military men. It's so sad and unfortunate. And it's something that should not
have happened in the first place. Yeah.
Not at all. It's not the way to go. And to you, I also have that a question. Look, why should it be the soldier when we are talking about peacekeeping? You see, in our country, we have militarized our system, every aspect of what we are doing, even ordinary riot within the street, even a fight between husband and wife. So we have made soldiers to become our police, because indirectly we are saying we don't believe or have confidence that the police has the capacity to do anything.
True.
So that it is not the job of the military
at all
to do peacekeeping in community matters. But that said, I have a different opinion regarding this issue we are talking about in terms of the narration they are giving us. We have been told the youths in the community attack the military men. I'm having my doubts as to whether that's the correct that would be correct.
Now the story actually is that the youths that attacked the military thought that they were coming to support the other community. So that was why there was such attack.
Let me just make my point. Because when you see the kind of attack we're talking about here now, for any youth in a community, I don't know about those communities. It means that those communities, they are they have a sophisticated weapon. They are very well equipped to fight a war. That's what we're talking about here. And if that is the case, that is danger. So that means in every society we have people with a weapon that are even more than those of the military. Those who will carry out this attack must be people who are experienced. It's not just people who are trying to say we are defending our community because something has happened. If anybody, those who are defending community will not have that kind of audacity and that kind of mind to attack soldiers of those nature. Not one, not just half.
It's
riverine.
16.
It's riverine.
16. Yeah, it doesn't matter. That's what I'm saying.
I know the riverine areas have a history of militancy. So that may
that's what I'm going. That look, this may not even be the youth from that community. It may be people who are just using that opportunity to attacked the soldier for a different purpose. It may be. I'm not,
Well, that's still alleged, though.
Not now our thinking, because nobody has done any investigation now to confirm whether or not this is correct. It's not, there's no investigation yet, and that is the point the president is making. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not sure that president's statement was the reason why the place was raised up, because the statement even came after the act has been done.
Yeah, true.
So we cannot attribute the statement of the president to what they have done. It has been done before the statement even came.
Yes.
So, and for me, let me first of all condemn the killing of the killing is not acceptable in any way. The killing of the soldier is not acceptable, and the reprisal attack as well. It is not done. It's not good. You cannot two wrongs cannot make it right.
True.
Let's assume that that was what happened. You have by raising down the community, you have exposed innocent people into more danger. In other words, you have displaced people who don't even know anything about it, who are not even part of the. So in other words, we have become if we want to encourage that, that means we will be operating like a jungle or a zoo whereby there is no law. We have a law, and I'm not sure. Let's even talk about the issue of what causes it. Let's even fight against over land. Fight over land. Why do we have to involve the military or
exactly.
Police? Even police? Yes, police can be to an extent.
Of course, can be as mediators.
I was thinking that the proper approach to do is for if a community is not satisfied with or the dispute has to land, what they should go is to go to court. And the police can come in a way to say, okay, let's see whether to ensure peace, let's maintain
law and order.
Let's come and mediate. The government can also be involved and say, let's call the leaders and then see how it can happen. I'm not sure nobody should be allowed to take arm or put law in his own hand and say, in the name of I want to defend myself. I'm thinking if that position is correct, that I'm not thinking that it was any youth in that community. I'm thinking something else. We should not just narrow down our mind in that regard. So that we will be caught unaware. Maybe people who are using terrorist attack are the one who have done this, or people who are targeted the soldiers. So if you now are thinking to community youth, we may be sleeping with data on our roof, and that would be too bad. So all investigation must be done to unravel the immediate and cost of this what's it called killing, and then we should just conclude that community youth who are fighting. Well, if it's community youth, why is the only one? They were saying that they believe that the soldiers are supporting one community against them, and in that regard they want to kill. For them to be able to do that, it's not as if they were shooting and then they kill themselves. We were told they were kidnapped. So for anybody to be able to take military men like that
hostage
to hostage in that manner, those people must be trained, terrorists or some people who are used to criminal activities. I think we need to think more in that regard, and we need to condemn this act. For the killing of the soldier and the reprisal attack is condemnable. It is not done. The soldiers don't attack back and against what has happened. Otherwise, innocent people will be destroyed. In fact, innocent people have suffered now because those who don't even know anything about it. Those who have been displaced now, there's no assurance that they are the one there. They don't know who did this act. So, and like I said, the investigation must be. But on any event, we are getting this situation done in this manner because it's become a part of us that whenever anything happens, what we will hear is just treatments. We will investigate, we will find out what happened. Thereafter, you won't hear anything. Because I hear recently that in January or so, there was a killing of 19 police officers in the same building in Delta State. And we have been told 6 dead bodies of those soldiers that were police that were killed were found just recently. So nobody, we are not hearing about that. We are not seeing any investigation regarding that. We are not bothered. So if we allow this to continue, and that's why I say we need to think more than the issue of a community fight in this regard. We need to extend our thinking of investigation beyond the fight over community land or whatever.
All right.
Otherwise, we may not be able to get it right.
All right. So, Dr. Feli, let's take a look at this, especially from the angle of the consequences of this action. This is not the first time we've had casualties of military personnel. We've had scores of them, pockets of them in lots of the northern states. And what the Southerners are apparently thinking now is, why has it come to us? And now the presidency is beginning to take a more decisive decision on the issue, while we've had pockets of them in the northern part of Nigeria. So do you think there could be something that we are not seeing in this particular course?
Well, I don't want to reach your premise. The question you just asked, the premise is fine, I'm okay with it. But I'm not okay with the conclusion. I don't think that what is happening in Delta State today is a semblance of what we have in the North. That of the North is quite defined. Insurgency, banditry, kidnapping. It's quite very clear and defined. Okay, so it's hasty to say that perhaps what is happening in the North, exactly what is happening in the North, has trickled down to the South. And it's now in the South in Delta State. It's hasty to reach such conclusion. What I think should be done is for there to be an investigation into the matter. Okay, because this is an injury to the nation. Both operation, that of the people who killed the soldiers and that of the military who killed allegedly. They are both an injury to the Nigerian society. This is not a time for us to, at no time should we be found fighting the nation and the nation fighting the people. That is not how to grow a country. That is not the projection of development. That is not the definition of democracy, okay? So until investigation is carried out properly, we come to that resolution. The remote and immediate causes of what has happened is properly. That is why I condemn the attack from the military, because in doing this, they may have, in a way, wipe off some part of the evidence.
Yeah, exactly.
That could have been, used, because as we speak now, after that kind of attack, there's going to be a lot of people who flee.
Definitely, because it took more than 24 hours before the president gave the order. So at that particular duration, most of the culprits would have...
Most of the culprits may not be in the... Those who were killed are largely gone. People who could have been eyewitnesses for the purposes of pointer for investigation would have fled that community by now. So I think this will make investigation tougher. That is why it is good to think through a process before you carry out an action. I know the military have a culture of, revenge, reprisal, destruction, and all that. But they don't do that until you have come and offend them. Okay, but ordinarily, one would have thought that the investigation should have gone under, so that you are able to comb the issue through and streamline your operation to the persons involved, the specific people involved. Now you're able to get that out. But what you have now is, you have raised down the place. It is improbable that those who committed the act, or who committed the act allegedly, are still within that axis. It is improbable. It is also improbable that you'll be able to get eyewitnesses, or those who perhaps could tell, if not directly, indirectly, who could have been responsible. Then after profiling, you are getting close to truth. But in this case, where you have not taken an action, a very gruesome one, that have left the community completely annihilated, fire everywhere and all that. Vice Attorney talked about the fact that it couldn't have been ordinary youths in society that would take on soldiers like hostage and then kill them and all that. We should look at that very carefully, because what it therefore means is that we have capable hands, pockets of capable hands, or people who possibly may have military training or something close to it, that is in many communities, not just in that area, that could undermine the armed forces. Okay, and we saw what happened when, at some point, the Boko Haram shifted their focus to attacking barracks, attacking the armory of the military and taking weapons out, subduing the military. You understand? So I hope the courage these guys got to take on 12 soldiers, I hope they did not obtain that courage from the insurgency and the Boko Haram members or other, because it's difficult to analyze and then be comfortable to the fact that at every point in time our soldiers can be killed in any part of the country. It's not a good thing for us. So the president should make the requisite order for investigation. He has said that they will not go unpunished, okay, which for me, I could interpret to mean that the investigation has commenced, okay. So whatever it is, they will come out with an investigation. I mean, if you compare this to the Zakibiam and Odi, you discover that in Odi, how many did they kill? Was it not 3 soldiers or something like that? I think the soldiers were not much.
And the entire community was leveled.
The entire community was leveled completely. And the president came out at the time to say that he ordered shoot aside. So the military should take it easy. Communities, where there are land disputes and all that, the avenues to land dispute as we know it in law is civil. Civil case. Yes.
This may not be ordinary land.
Yes. So this yeah. Yes. It may be that it's a land that is highly contested, and maybe there could have been communal clashes.
Yeah, of course there have been communal clashes.
So and when there's communal clashes, it has gone beyond the point of I own the land, you own the land, I own the land, you own the land. It has gone beyond that. So the police would have been brought into it.
They said actually the police were scared of even coming in. So that was why the military was even involved in bringing them in. So, but when the community felt, okay, maybe these people are bringing in the military to support them, and that was why.
And these soldiers were from the amphibian. That is the one at Agbo. The one at Agbo, which is a very new barrack. It's not up to 3 years.
Wow.
The barracks, I mean, was not up to 3 years. So this is very unfortunate.
This
must be addressed.
In a way, because I don't understand how, and we're having this because even governments are encouraging non-state actors to operate as a security agency. When you talk about we are giving a job that is to be done by
the military to
an individual. Security job to an individual, a company that is not satisfied as a, you see, why do they expect them to seek gun?
True, very
true. Is it the government that is providing them, or is it or they've been licensed to just buy any gun and do whatever they want to do? And whenever they are against the government or they are not longer agitated, they use it against the same government. Because that's why we are worried. Because I wonder where, for example, the oil contract security pipeline security contract. Tantita will use to engage people.
And they are armed to the feet, right?
Where the arm comes from? Exactly. Is it the government that is supplying them? How would they hand over the weapon after
the expiration of their contract?
The government too don't trust the armed forces wholesomely.
Yeah,
because they have spotted allegations on several occasions that they too are indirectly involved in the.
I agree with you.
Oil theft.
I agree with you that this thing that we're seeing.
But bringing Tantita in for me is not a solution.
It is not, because you see this Tantita we're talking about. Tell me, I don't know if you know. I don't know. Any of their military agency that is collecting $4 billion every month for operation. Tantita is collecting.
Yeah, true.
Tantita is collecting. So you are equipping the non-state actor even more than the. So they now become more powerful than even the state. So whenever they have an engagement with the state security agencies, they overpower them because they now know they now know their secrets. They now know what they have more equipment than them. I think we should discourage this attitude of engaging non-state actor to provide security in our society just like that. I'm not saying we should not have community policing or whatever, policing the community security, but not in this manner.
Yes, what the government could do is to have joint security forces, just like they do. You get the civil defense, you get the police, you get the army, you put them together as a team.
Yeah, there are a lot of situations that most of these things that is happening that we say they are securing are people who have been, there are allegations against the military that they are the one involved. Even in Sambisa, people say that the military are the one giving us those whatever. There are a lot of allegations, there are a lot of unconfirmed information
Yes,
regarding
unconfirmed.
regarding the ondoing of the military agent. But that notwithstanding, it is for us to restructure the system, not for us to now take away their power and give it to a actor. We are creating more problems instead of solving problems. And that's what we have been doing in this country. We want to solve one problem and we create more problems. We remove subsidy, we're now paying multiple of subsidies today. So you see, the what has happened in this community is so sad and it's unfortunate. And we should not encourage it. We should not stop and thinking about that is a communal fight. I'm thinking beyond that. I'm thinking that it's beyond this a communal fight of a thing. It may be people who are truly against our trying to disarm our military officer. It may be. We cannot rule it out. And we must. For me, I don't believe any investigation will bring up anything. It's normal in our country. You will see release. You will see statement from the president. Very sweet one. Thereafter, by next week or tomorrow, God forbid, you will see. I'm not saying it's normal. Another thing will come up and we'll forget about it. You know, last week we were talking about.
We just forgot something.
Party.
This one.
We are talking about party. Party is gone now. It's become to the.
It's been taken over by
the end of this week or so. Another thing will come up, and then we'll forget
about this.
But I said it that in January or so, 19 police officers were. How many people discussed it?
Very true.
When last did we talk about it? I'm not sure some majority of people are aware of this.
And the bombing in Kaduna State, of course, that has gone.
The kidnap of the.
No one is talking about it any longer.
The women that went to fetch firewood.
Yes.
That
they are all lined up and going to.
fetch firewood.
You know, really, it's truly very unfortunate, but of course, as Nigerians, we need to keep the fire burning in our hearts with the hope that there would be a solution to all of the problems that we face today in Nigeria. I'd love to say my big thank you to Dr. Van Sofele for being part of our show today.
Thank you
so very much. And Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid, thank you so very much for watching. Also, for you watching, we'd love to say thank you also for giving us your time today. Please do well to visit our website at www.enterprisetvnews.com. Like, comment, and follow us on all our social media platforms on Enterprise TV 7. On behalf of the entire team of Enterprise, we'd love to say thank you so very much for watching. Bye-bye from me.
Enterprise TV, a tradition of truth.